A while back, I made a video about morning routines, and at the end of it, I told you there was another half to this conversation, because a good morning doesn't start when your alarm goes off. It starts the night before. But here's the thing nobody wants to admit. Most of us aren't actually resting in the evenings. We're collapsing. We're dropping onto the sofa, phone in hand, and scrolling, and scrolling, and scrolling some more, until suddenly it's midnight, and we have no idea where the last 2 hours went, and we're more tired than when we sat down, but somehow also too wired to sleep. Sound familiar? Because it was my life for a long time. And what I've learned is that the problem isn't that you're lazy or undisciplined. The problem is that nobody taught us how to actually end a day. We know how to start one. Alarm, coffee, get going. But ending it, we just kind of fall into whatever the phone pulls us towards. So in this video, I want to give you 5 evening habits that help you genuinely wind down, sleep better, and wake up tomorrow already ahead. Before the habits, I want to quickly explain why evenings matter more than most people realize. Your morning routine gets all the glory. Everybody talks about it. But your morning is largely set up by what you did, or didn't do, the night before. How you slept. Whether your mind got to actually rest. Whether you went to bed calm, or went to bed anxious from 2 hours of doomscrolling through things you couldn't control. And here's what doomscrolling actually does to you. And I want to be specific about this because I think a lot of people don't fully understand it. It's not just that the blue light keeps you awake. It's that your brain cannot tell the difference between something happening to you in real life and something you're watching on a screen. When you're absorbing stressful content, bad news, arguments, things that make you angry or anxious, your nervous system activates. It prepares you to respond. And that response is the exact opposite of sleep. So you end up lying in bed exhausted but wired, body tired, brain buzzing. And then you wake up the next morning already behind, already low, before the day has even started. These 5 habits are about breaking that cycle. Not perfectly, just consistently enough that your evenings start working for you instead of against you. Habit 1. And this is the one that everything else depends on. So I'm putting it first. Pick a time, 9 p.m., 9:30, whatever works for your life. And when that time hits, the doom scrolling stops. Not the phone necessarily, but the mindless consumption. The news feeds, the Twitter arguments, the TikTok rabbit holes, the YouTube autoplay that somehow got you watching a documentary about something you don't even care about at 11:30 at night. I know the pushback immediately. But that's my wind down time. And I hear that. I really do. But here's the honest question. Are you actually winding down? Or are you just numbing out? Because there's a difference. Winding down means your nervous system is genuinely slowing. Numbing out means you're too stimulated to feel the tiredness. So you just keep going until you crash. Most evenings, scrolling is the second one. It feels like rest because you're lying down, but your brain is working, reacting, comparing, processing a constant stream of input. That's not rest. That's just exhaustion with a screen in front of it. So set the cutoff. Use your phone's built-in screen time limits if you need a hard wall. There's no shame in that. The goal isn't willpower. The goal is giving your brain a genuine chance to slow down before bed. Everything else on this list gets easier once this one is in place. Habit 2. And this is the habit that directly replaces the scrolling. So pay attention to this one. One of the real reasons we scroll at night is because our brain is still full. The day is technically over, but the mental noise hasn't stopped. You're still replaying a conversation from this morning, Still thinking about that email you didn't reply to. Still running through tomorrow's list. And the phone, the scrolling, drowns all of that out just enough to feel like relief. But it doesn't actually clear it. You're just pressing mute, not stop. What actually clears it is getting it out. 5 minutes, a notebook or your notes app, and you just write down everything that's still rattling around in your head. Unfinished tasks, worries, things you need to remember, conversations you need to have. Just get it all out onto a page. There's a concept in psychology called the Zeigarnik effect. Our brains hold on to unfinished things, keep cycling them, because they're afraid we'll forget them. But the moment you write something down, your brain registers it as handled. The loop closes. You're not going to forget it. It's on the page. And so it lets go. 5 minutes. Everything out. Then close the notebook and walk away. You've done what you can for today. The rest is tomorrow's problem. Habit 3. And I want to say up front, this is not toxic positivity. I'm not telling you to pretend your day was great if it wasn't. Some days are genuinely hard. Some days you get to the end of them and you just want them to be over. I get that. All I'm asking for is one thing. One moment, one interaction, one small win from today. That was good. It can be tiny. The coffee was perfect. You made someone laugh. You finished something you'd been putting off. You got outside for 10 minutes. One thing. Here's why this matters. The last thoughts you have before you fall asleep have a disproportionate effect on how you wake up. Your brain doesn't fully switch off when you sleep. It's processing, consolidating, reinforcing whatever mental state you were in when you drifted off. If your last thoughts are anxious, overwhelmed, replaying everything that went wrong, that's the emotional residue you carry into tomorrow morning. That's why some days you wake up already heavy, before anything has even happened. One good thing shifts that weight, not by ignoring the hard stuff, but by making sure it's not the only thing your mind rests on. You are allowed to end your day on something that felt okay. Even when the day was tough, something in it was worth noticing. Find it. Write it down. Take it to bed with you. Habit 4. Because here's the thing about cutting out doom scrolling. You can't just remove something without putting something else in its place. That's why most people fail at this. They say, I'm going to stop scrolling at night. And then they lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, bored and restless. And within 3 minutes, the phone is back in their hand. You need to give that time to something. Something that actually gives back instead of just taking. And it doesn't have to be productive. This is not about squeezing more output out of your evening. It's about choosing inputs that calm you rather than activate you. Read a book, actual pages, not a screen. Even 10 minutes of reading before bed slows your heart rate and prepares your brain for sleep in a way that screens simply don't. Have a real conversation with someone in your house instead of scrolling past strangers online. Listen to music that genuinely relaxes you, not a podcast that makes your brain work. Take a warm shower. Stretch for 5 minutes. Make a cup of something warm and just sit quietly with it. None of these are complicated. All of them are choosing presence over consumption. And over time, that choice, that small, quiet choice to give your evenings to something real, changes the quality of your rest in a way that's hard to fully describe until you've felt it. Last habit. And this one closes the loop between your evening and your morning in a way that makes both of them better. Before you go to bed, 10 minutes, no more. Set up tomorrow. Not a full planning session, just the basics. Look at your calendar so nothing catches you off guard in the morning. Write down the one thing that actually matters tomorrow, your anchor, like we talked about in the morning video. Set out anything you'll need so you're not searching for it half asleep. That's it. What this does is remove the low-level background anxiety that a lot of people carry into sleep without even realizing it. That vague, I feel like I'm forgetting something feeling. That I don't know what tomorrow looks like, and it makes me uneasy. Tension. When you spend 10 minutes looking at tomorrow tonight, that anxiety dissolves. You know what's coming. You've got a plan. You can actually rest. Not just sleep, but properly rest. Because your brain isn't running contingency plans in the background all night. Your future self will thank you. Not in a big dramatic way. Just in the quiet, calm feeling of waking up and knowing what you're doing. And honestly, that feeling is underrated. That is what a good evening routine is actually building toward. So there are the 5. Set a screen cut off. Brain dump what's still in your head. Find one good thing from today. Replace the scroll with something that fills you. And set tomorrow up in 10 minutes before you sleep. Start with one. The one that felt most like, okay, that's exactly what I need. Just one. Do it tonight. See how tomorrow morning feels different. Because I promise you, it will. Your evenings are not throwaway time. They are not just the space between your day and your sleep. They are where you process, recover, and set yourself up. When you start treating them that way, everything shifts. Drop in the comments. Which habit are you trying first? I read every comment, and I love knowing what's actually landing for people watching this. If this helped you, share it with someone who's been struggling to sleep or struggling to switch off at night. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's a good time. I'm here every week with content designed to help you actually show up for your life.